I have the Legion of Pain, newly christened, formerly known as the Authors of Pain or AOP, however you know them. Wrestling Entertainment Series is coming up on July 9th. You guys have been somewhat quiet since your WWE release, but you put out a message saying you weren't done yet. Clearly, you guys have been busy. You're running your own show. You're going to be doing the Motor Point Arena in Nottingham, July 9th. How did this all come together? Was this the plan all along? Was this something that happened within the last 2 years? Like, just walk me through how you guys came to resume your wrestling career and put your promoter's hat on.
To be honest, me and Sonny after WWE, we needed some time off. We needed some time with our families, and we always stayed in good contact. But for us, it felt like if we were coming back to wrestling, it had to be something bigger than real life. So something that, like WWE, they say it's bigger than real life. It legit is. So if we wanted to come back, it was gonna be either something big, or we wouldn't come back to wrestling at all, to be honest. And we just started brainstorming a little bit after our NFT project, Boule Planet, thinking about our comeback in wrestling and discussing it with partners of ours, business partners of ours. And it just felt like the right time, the right thing to do. Of course, we were focused on the Middle Eastern market at first. Our first scheduled event was supposed to be June 4th in Dubai, in the United Arab Emirates. But unfortunately, due to a passing of Sheikh Khalifa, it got postponed, and we decided. At first we decided to make it June 4th in the UK. It was the only arena available at the time, so that was also the reason why we went to Nottingham. It was a decision we all made, and it's of course still our main goal to focus on the Middle Eastern market, but also worldwide. So yeah, that's a little bit how we got to this promotion. And of course, we had a lot of offers after our WWE release and stuff like that, but we just kept it quiet and thought like if we're coming back harder than ever, and it's going to be with Paul Ellering as well. So
when you guys made I believe it was a tweet that you guys posted the same picture saying like, we're not done yet. I mean, did you take that as, did you have like a chip on your shoulder? Did you take that as like a dig from fans thinking like you were done? Because like, as you just said, you made a choice to take some time off. So, and obviously
it was one of those things where I just wanted to make clear that we do everything on our accord. You know what I mean? Like nobody's telling us to retire. Nobody's telling us to be done. We're just like, but then in that case, we said, hey, we're not done yet because we can possibly do anything we want still. You know what I mean? If we wanted to be fighting professionally, we could fight professionally. If we want to wrestle professionally, we can wrestle professionally. We can do pretty much any single thing we want. So that was basically that was it. That was just because there's a lot of news circulating that hey, they retired, they're just living normal lives. Yeah, we're living normal lives now, but at the same time, we can still go back and beat anybody's ass in that ring. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So one of those things. That's what that was.
Yeah. If anybody watching this hasn't seen it, I'll share the post too. But it's you guys standing in front of the ring, or I'm sorry, above the I think it's the War Games cage.
Yeah.
And it, it says we ain't done yet, bitches. So
yeah, we actually made a picture. We made a picture, and we had a feeling that the three of us wouldn't last together too long inside of WWE, because at War Games we were already the talks were there for us to go up, and we made that picture just in case we ever would need it, and I think this was the right time to release that picture. So,
All right. Can you talk? I mean, obviously, you guys reunited, and Legion of Pain. The obvious reference is Legion of Doom. I'm assuming Paul gave his blessing, or maybe suggested it. If you want to clarify that, but how valuable is it to have him with you again? Like, they split you up. People wanted you back together. There's always, it's not just a case of you guys being split. It's always like, oh, why'd they do that? Why'd they split a team? How valuable is it, or how valuable was it to have him with you guys then? And now what do you like? Are you looking at it as like a second chance now, getting to work with him and sort of having more creative control over what you guys can do together?
It's huge. Paul's been a blessing to us since day one, and we cherish every moment we get to spend with him. You know what I mean? So we're excited, and Paul, as far as the name goes, it's Paul's idea, and we loved it, and we're just excited to be back, having the band back together and hitting the road. You know what I mean? So we're very, very, very fortunate to have Paul in our corner, and Paul's been down with us since day one, and he's down with every decision we've ever made. And we all respect each other as individuals, and he's a legend, and who wouldn't want a legend, but get back, and we're happy, right?
We were always like on the same page as well, right? Even though we didn't agree with the decision of Vince taking Paul away at our debut, but it was Paul's decision to keep going and not to interfere with his decision of having Paul leave us. So, it was like a little bit of a hard moment for us, of course, but it was Paul's decision to have us keep doing our thing, and he said our time will come again to get back together, and he was right.
Mm-hmm. I do want to go down the announced card a little bit with you guys. You as the Legion of Pain will be taking on BT Gunn and Kez Evans, but the main event is Alistair Overeem versus Moose. As you guys mentioned, you had to make some changes. Braun Strowman or Adam Scherr was originally going to fight Overeem, but you have a former Impact World Champion in Moose. You have a big name coming from MMA, Overeem. How did you guys get him to? Speaking about Overeem, how did you guys get him to change his take on wrestling? Because he, kind of nothing like too egregious, but said it was like kind of silly and kind of pointed out, that it wasn't his taste. But
it was that was a little bit of at that time he was fighting in UFC, right? And he had a fight with Brock, and of course it's fighters are like that, right? Like once they get in before a fight and stuff like that, they get into like a sort of a storyline, just like we get with wrestling. They hype the fights up, and it was just a little bit also to pick on Brock, to pick on other former wrestlers getting into MMA. And he felt like as a K1 legend, as a Strikeforce legend, Pride legend, that people like from wrestling who came into MMA might have not like deserved the respect immediately as they gotten it. And it's also a little bit of a hype, right? Like hyping a fight up and stuff like that. The words he chose like for that particular interview, he might have not like 100% agree, like really meant it, right? It's just like hyping a fight, and that's what he was doing. He used to love, like he said, he used to love the old school wrestling, like the early 90s, late 90s. Like he was a big fan of it actually, and like many of the fans who saw wrestling evolve to what it is right now. Like for example, fully PG and stuff like that. Like he's not a fan, and it's his own deal. You know, it's his own opinion. With Wrestling Entertainment Series, we're not like any other wrestling organization. Especially a lot of people will see that after our first show. It's going to be something that hasn't been seen before in wrestling. It will have a lot of different changes to it. For example, we're going to have pre and post-fight conferences. We're going to have stare downs the night before the fights, before the matches. A lot of things that you will see going on through the show. They're going to be a lot of like real fight based. And it's a good twist, like a good something new that we think the wrestling industry needs. And I think that's what got Alistair very excited, and that might have changed his opinion as well.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Sonny, we haven't wrestled for a while. We got more names on the card, like for example, Mojo Rawley, formerly known as Mojo Rawley, D Muhtadi. He hasn't wrestled since WWE, and he did, I think, a little charity thing. That's it, but he didn't really come back in a huge way. And we have a lot of names that on the card that haven't gotten the opportunity in WWE to really shine, in my opinion. And we chose the people that we think really have the potential to shine in a big way, and that really can do their thing, right? Like in front of a huge audience. And I think that will all help to get this thing going. And I think, of course, it's all about the wrestlers on the card, but I think it's also about what Wrestling Entertainment Series brings to the table. It's just something new, and you really have to see that for yourself. The first show, it's going to be something special, something different, and I think it will excite a lot of pro wrestling fans, but also mixed martial arts and K1 kickboxing glory fans as well. And that's why we chose to have like former MMA fighters on the card, especially like someone like Alistair Overeem, but also me, for example. I'm a former Bellator MMA fighter as well myself, and we look to have in the future more MMA fighters, active or former, into the mix, and even glory fighters and former K1 fighters as well. So it's going to be something special, and as you can hear right now already, it's going to be a little bit of a shoot style to it as well. So it's going to be something special, and I think everything together with the former wrestlers in WWE who haven't been wrestling for a while. Some people announced their retirements. I think everything together, it's going to make up for a huge first show.
It's all new across the board. It's all new to us, new to the fans. It's going to be new to everybody. It's something new we're trying, and we're hoping that it does really well. And it's something different and exciting. You know what I mean? It's not the typical cookie cutter stuff we're used to. So it's something new. You know what I mean? So that's why we're pumped, and I'm sure the fans are pumped. And we're excited, man. We're excited to bring this product, and hopefully people like it. Let's see what happens. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you mentioned having some names on here that didn't really maybe get a chance in WWE. The former No Way Jose, Levis, he's facing Jody Fleisch on the card. Big Damo, Steph DeLander, quite the card, and it's interesting to see. You said that it maybe takes on more of a hybrid feel for the match, or I'm sorry, for the card. You've been seeing a lot of shoot elements coming into play lately, so quite a bit to look forward to.
Definitely.
One thing I did want to ask, and you mentioned the Bull Ape project. You guys got into crypto NFT yourselves, and I think a lot of people, at least in a wrestling space, and this is just me looking at it, I feel like there's still a lot of people that don't really understand the benefits to it. But can you maybe speak to how it's helped you? Like, has it helped in a wrestling capacity at all, or is this something that you keep separate?
It's of course it helped. for us, it was all about the community aspect of it. We felt like after WWE, of course, we both were already into the crypto world, but once we left WWE, we saw the rise of the NFT market, and we just really wanted to get into it and see what it was. And once we really found out what the NFT projects were about, it was all about the community part of it. And we felt like after WWE, we really, in our time in WWE, we really couldn't spend any time with the community itself. And we felt like if we would have our own project, it would be something good for us to connect with the community, to connect with our fans, to connect with people all around the world. To be honest, who've been following us, who've been following the whole team. We have ambassadors like Mojo and Sunny, like as a co-owner. So we really felt like it's all about the community part of it. And of course, like it had to be beneficial for everybody as well.
Mhm.
So we're very blessed. We have like 36,000 members on our Discord. It's crazy. We get so much love from everybody all around the world, and we can't wait. There's so many fun things to come, and it's going to be really beneficiary for everybody who's going to have a Bull Ape. It's something for us also to give back to the fans. And of course, eventually, we are looking to have it like evolve into the wrestling as well. But for now, it's just about the community part of it.
Have you? I know Summer Rae was somebody that mentioned this for the Royal Rumble. I believe it was. She had part of her pay converted to crypto. Is that something that you've, whether it was yourselves like talked about doing events being paid in crypto, or is it something that you've talked to other talent about having that be part of the pay, or is that maybe something
we
down the line?
we haven't I'm sure that's one of the things that's going to be down the line, but we haven't discussed that with any of our talent. But it's like I said, the crypto world's very new, right? Like Zim said, it's all it's new. Everyone's learning on a daily basis, right? And so everyone's a little bit unsure about it, but it's something it's not going anywhere. It's like the internet, when internet first came out. It's the same thing. I keep saying that, and it's the same thing, and it's gonna be the same thing, but it take some time. Everything takes time. Everything good takes time. It's one of those things.
Yeah, and I think in the future, I think a lot of wrestlers will ask for it themselves. It's going to be something like any other money, right? Like any other thing. So I think they will come up with themselves. But for now, I think we're still in the early stages for it. But if somebody would request it, I'm always open to negotiate about that.
I'm trying to I think it was Britt Baker that just said it. She made the comparison about eating microwave meals versus cooking on the stove and in the oven, and it's always better when it's in the stove. On the oven, it has time to simmer. So maybe that's the case here.
Exactly.
Let it simmer a little bit.
Yeah.
We've covered a lot about your careers leading up to the event, some of the matches on the card, but as I spoke about earlier, you guys haven't wrestled in a couple of years. You took some time off. I'll close with this. I usually do a watch list feature to try to get some of your feedback on some of the matches you've had. Is there one match or maybe a moment in your career that maybe you think serves as a reminder of who is coming to the ring on July 9th, whether it was in NXT or Raw or anywhere else, just anything that you really feel like served as like, okay, here's we wrestled a complete match. This is what we wanted to go set out and do. We accomplished the goal. Anything like that come to mind?
Well, for me, to be honest, I think the ladder match with Johnny Gargano and his tag team partner, I think DIY. I think that was one of the matches where we really got to shine and where we really got to show the world that we're one of the most brutal, barbaric tag teams out there, and that we're willing to take the moves, willing to tell stories in the matches. And yeah, I think we did a lot of stuff there for the first time that has been seen, like in WWE. Like we took German suplexes from top of the ladders through other ladders by people half our size. We really told a story there that like you don't have to be big, you don't have to be small. Like anybody has a fighting chance, and like I think that was one of the matches where, if you look back at it, you really see the true AOP and who we wanted to be in that ring. Also, of course, our match with DIY and the Revival, the triple threat tag team match. I think that was one of the matches as well that we really showed our skills. But we have had so many good matches, man. To be honest, I think those two are the AOP, the former AOP, LOP now that we're gonna try to show off again to the world and show the entertainment aspect of it. And yeah, I think those two were the matches.
Absolute barbaric AOP is coming back. We're coming back. I'd say not a match, but our debut. When we took out American Alpha, just think of that. That's what's coming back. And yeah, there's nothing else. That's what's coming back. We're taking heads.
All right. There's a statement that maybe serves as a warning. You guys, both of you couldn't have been nicer tonight, but it's such a contrast from what you present on air. So always intimidating, but I'm sure that's what we're gonna get. July 9th, Wrestling Entertainment Series, the debut event. You guys can check it out. Tickets if you're in the area, and then you can also stream it on Fight. It's 2:30 Eastern time on Fight. It's up for pre-order now. Anything else you want to, either one of you, say to, final words before showtime? Anything coming to mind?
That's it. July 9th. I hope everyone tunes in. Something special, something spectacular is happening, and come join us.
Definitely. If you're up for something new in the wrestling scene, and if you're ready to see us perform again, there's Sunny again. If you're ready to see us perform and legit have the fighters of our lives, and make sure you tune in Nottingham Arena, Motor Point Arena, Nottingham, and pre-order the pay-per-view on Fight TV.